kitchen. Today I'm going to show you how to make onion jam. Onion jam is one of my favorite condiments. You put it on a burger, I make this meatball dish and you put it over the meatballs. My sister taught me how to make it, but her method of making it is amazing. I don't have the time to sit and just stand around and do that. Hers is really a little better. But what I do is I have about 11 onions over here. They range between big and small. It is just enough onions to just put in a pot. It doesn't really matter. You can have 3 onions, you can have 10 onions, you can have 20 onions. But I'm just going to use these amount of onions for right now. So while I'm finished chopping all these onions, I'll see you back soon. Now that I'm done chopping up all these onions, this is what they look like this. So it's just, you can just roughly chop them up, they don't have to be fine at all. So the 3 real ingredients in this is onions and some sugar. This is actually naturally dehydrated cane juice. It looks like dirt. That's what that looks like. And some toasted sesame oil. And make sure you don't put too much of this in there, it's very strong. And of course, like, this is the 4th ingredient, but I always put a little bit of salt on everything and draw some water out of the onions. So I'm going to put a little bit of salt on there. And let's put drop, drop, and drop. 3 little drops. And then the last thing is to sprinkle on some sugar. Remember, you can always add more sugar later, but you can't take it away. So I'm going to start very conservatively and just sprinkle some sugars, probably, that was probably a ½ cup's worth in there. I'm just going to mix it up a little bit, like that. Alright, we're going to put the lid on here. Okay, put the lid on. Put my oven to 200 degrees, 200 degrees Fahrenheit. Placing it in the middle rack. This is just before work in the morning. It's like 8:32 right now. And when I get home, I'll see you then. Alright, the onion jam is, the onions came out of the oven. Let's turn it into jam. So, let me open that up and show you what its awesome caramelized onions look like right now. That was just sitting in some, and it formed some water in here. And my favorite tool in the kitchen is this one. I don't even own a blender. This is my blender for anything. So I'll switch it over here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to purify all the stuff that's in here. Just like that. Just like how you would do with apple butter, or since this is going to be a similar condiment to something like apple butter. When this is all pureed, I'll be back. Alright, welcome back. I'm done pureeing all of the onion jam, and I'm actually got it under some heat on the stove to reduce some of the water volume that's in here, and to even caramelize the onions a little further, give it a little darker color. Just because it gives it like a deeper flavor. I'm going to add just a tiny little bit of extra sugar, even though the cameraman's like, it's pretty good, but maybe a little extra. So I'm going to add a couple of tablespoons extra. That's boiling pretty good. Add a little bit of extra sugar. You could use any onions in this particular recipe, red or yellow or sweet. Obviously this is a sweet thing, so sweet onions work really well, but any onions that you can get your hands on will work for this recipe. All I'm waiting for right now is just for this volume to be a little bit more reduced and a little darker. I'll see you when I'm ready to jar it. Okay, this onion jam is ready to be jarred. This is what it looks like, a lot like apple butter actually. And I just use this ladle and pour it in here. It never happens without. I'm just spilling on the side. Alright, you can choose to use a big container like this. I'm actually going to make a dish for this weekend that's going to need a significant amount of onion jam, so this is probably for one meal. Then, if I wanted to make smaller ones for condiments, so you can open the jar and you can use it within a week or 10 days, And this is a great jar to put it in. And it uses the same size lid as the other one, and that just makes it very convenient in the house. My big ball jars, my little ball jars, and my very little ball jars all have the same size lids, and it's just really much better that way. Now, in order to seal this properly, if I wanted to keep this for a while in my fridge, my sister informed me that this actually can last quite a while if you can it right. But what I like to do is first let's wipe the onion jam off the side, and then I use a little bit of my degreasing cleaning product, and I wipe the very top part of it off completely, so it's very, very clean and it's very, very crisp. Now, if you're just putting this in your fridge to use for tomorrow, it's okay if you don't use a brand new seal, but it's important if you're going to seal this for a little while that this part is actually new. And you're going to put this on here, very nice, and screw it nice and tight. Now, you can feel that there is a little bit of you can push the button in and out. When it goes in the fridge and it stays in there and it finally cools down, it actually pulls it in and it seals it, and it makes this product last a lot longer. That's it for the onion jam. Thank you very much, Siska, for sharing part of your recipe. Smakelijk eten!